Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Limitless Show. I'm your host, Mr. Producer Christo, and welcome back to another episode. I'm here with the boys. How are you guys doing?
Mate, beautiful.
We're freaking awesome.
Yeah, man.
Beautiful.
Ready to
100%.
rock and roll.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what I like to hear. And maybe you guys recognize an extra voice there.
Yeah.
And
The
it's a
man,
special
the myth.
episode because we actually have our first ever guest for this episode. So we're excited to have Alex on board.
Yeah,
And-
man. Welcome to the pod, bro.
Thank you so
Welcome to
much.
the
What a
pod,
pleasure.
bro.
Absolute pleasure, man.
That's what we like.
Let's
it.
go.
And it's just a first step for us to take this podcast to the next step, right? Because, initially it was the three of us, but we want to grow this community, and it's amazing to see the engagement that we have. And we want to tell our community stories, right? Because not only Simba, Steve, and I have gone through hardships and pursuing excellence, there's actually a lot of hustlers out there
That's right.
that may not have that platform to share their story. So this is an opportunity for, our good friend Alex to come and share some value and hopefully impact
let's
you
go.
guys
Let's go.
out there as well. So maybe Top D, maybe give a little bit intro into our interview guest here.
Well, Alex is an absolute king. This man is one of the killers in real estate, absolute champion. He's just a man who has his heart on his sleeve. And I'm excited for him to share his story. And the value he brings, not just in his job, but to the people around him is incredible. And that's something really special, And this lion is going to share what made him who he is. So let's go.
Yeah. Well, guys, first of all, thank you so much for having me on board, and I'm super stoked to share my experience and yeah. So, guys, part of obviously where I started from. I grew up in Macquarie Fields.
Shout out to Mac Fields.
Mac Fields, boy.
Yeah. The drag racing strip back in the day. Yes, sir.
Man, you guys know it.
I already know, man.
Yeah, so grew up in Mac Fields. I've been to about 12 different schools, expelled. And you know what? I had a pretty tough upbringing. But I kind of persevered, through that.
Yeah.
So for me, I left school at year 10, so I didn't finish year 12. All right,
Yeah.
and I started working as a panel beater.
Panel beater.
All right.
Panel beater, spray painter.
That's right.
Yeah.
I love cars, right?
Hey, man. Get your hands
Follow
dirty,
your
for sure.
passions, boy.
That's
Yeah, get your hands dirty.
That's it.
Man loves cars, right?
That's it.
So I started working in panel beating. I thought to myself that working on cars will fulfill my passion for cars.
Yeah.
It didn't work that way. 4 years down the track, I started looking at my surroundings, the people who I was working with,
Yeah.
and I asked myself, well, if I stay working like this, I'm going to end up just like this too.
Product of your environment, eh?
Correct.
Straight up.
Yeah, and I always feel like I've had this fire in me that I feel like I can make a difference to people's lives. And mate, you know what? One day I just woke up and I said, "That's it, no more.
Enough's enough.
Enough's enough.
Yeah.
That's it."
Yeah.
Changed the game.
So I sold my car that was worth $4,000.
Hey, man. You got to start somewhere.
$4,000, right?
Yeah.
I was in a bit of debt as well because I,
Yep.
I had some personal loans, and I used that $4,000 to then study real estate. I thought,
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Investing in yourself.
Investing in myself.
And you know what? A lot of people don't do that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
They'll be like, oh, I got $4,000. Let me
That's
get
right.
party with the boys.
That's
You
it.
know what I mean?
Let's
Yeah.
get loose.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I remember vividly going into going to TAFE and sitting down there. I
Yeah.
felt so out of place.
Yeah.
I
okay.
was surrounded by people who are much more smarter than me, people who are lawyers,
Yeah.
decided to become real estate agents, and I was just this,
Yeah, wow.
this man from a trade, and I didn't really have much to offer at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I figured out one thing: I wanted it the most. Right?
Yes.
I wanted to go out there, and I was willing to do whatever it takes to kind of hit that pinnacle. What I can perform, whatever I can offer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I started, staying back until 10:30 at night, hustling, learning dialogues, understanding real estate. I was a freak for real estate. So
That's it. Obsessed.
Obsessed.
That's
Obsessed.
it. Yeah. These late nights were at TAFE, yeah?
So these lanyards I taped just to kind of pass. And I remember the day that I passed, man, I almost like started crying. I was like, man, I've been blessed.
100%, bro.
How do I do it?
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes you got to believe in yourself when things get tough.
Yes.
Believe in yourself because no one else is going to believe in you sometimes. Believe in yourself and persevere and push hard. And most of all, sacrifice.
That's it.
100%.
Big one.
100%.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. So just that's how it all kind of started for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously you're doing like fairly well for yourself right now, man.
Yeah,
My man coming here looking crispy, man.
That's right, bro. Give me a run for my money, boy.
So,
man.
I'm on track for doing $1 million GCI this year.
Clap that up.
That's my man.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Congratulations, man.
Say it
That's
loud,
massive.
say it proud.
That's massive, man.
Thanks, boys. $1 million GCI. So that's great for myself. For the first time, I'm going to crack that, and I'm definitely going to hit it. So, man, awesome. Yeah,
You got to come back when you hit that $1 million, man.
That's it.
Man, I'm going to come back. New story still, right?
New story
Round
to
two.
tell, man.
Road to $1 million.
To $1 million, why not? Yeah. Why the heck not, man?
100%.
Yeah.
I remember my first job. Right?
Yeah.
Working in real estate. And back when I was studying, I had to survive.
All right. Yeah.
So I was working as a form worker because I couldn't work full time as a panel beater and study. It wouldn't work.
Okay.
So I was working as a form worker, and I had a guy who owed me so much money, $6,000.
Wow.
He owed me $6,000
Yeah. Okay.
in wages.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, in wages.
Dude.
Didn't pay it.
Whoa.
Dude.
And I thought I had a breakthrough when someone called me up and said to me, "Hey, mate, do you want to come out and do 1 day's labor
Yeah.
in the city?"
Yeah.
Cool. No worries. I was driving down. I had a 2001 Honda Prelude. Okay.
Hey. Prelude Nation.
Prelude. All
That's
right?
it.
Driving down, and I had $20 in cash.
Yeah.
I had quarter full tank of fuel.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And
That's a tight spot.
I was pretty stuffed. I said, before I got to the job, I said to the foreman, I said to him, "Mate, if I come to work today, I need you to know that I've got to get paid today because I've got no money to drive back home."
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how bad it got. And
It's crazy. Just to be in the mental state.
do you know what? I woke up and I got to work and I drove there.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find parking on the strip in the city. So he ran out and he said to me, "Mate, if you're not inside there doing the induction within 5 minutes, I can't let you in. You're gonna have to go home."
Oh.
And pretty much, I had to go home, man. I went home and I drove my car, and I drove home, and I was so upset. I thought I've lost everything. I thought, I've got nothing. I've got, a bad car. I've got $20 in my account. My car's overheating on the way back home. Man, I was in the worst of the worst, right?
Yeah.
Down in ditches.
And I'll never forget it. I drove down to Liverpool car park opposite Westfields. I parked there, and I was looking around for something. I don't know. There was something told me, pull over, just have a bit of a breather. And I couldn't. I was in a bad mental state.
Yeah. Okay.
And I went through inspirational quotes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Positive affirmations. You know what I mean?
Positive affirmations. And this one quote stuck with me forever.
Yeah.
He said, "No matter how you feel,
Yeah.
get up, dress up, and never give up."
Man.
Love that.
Get
That's
up, dress up,
powerful.
and never give up. Right?
That's powerful, right?
Powerful,
See?
man. Powerful. Because I can tell you right now, I felt bad. No, I feel like there's nothing here that can pick me up. Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Man, crazy. Drove the car back to my mum's house in Campbelltown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drove it there, and my car was overheating. No petrol. There was no. That's it. It was gone. That's it. Dead.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to the Honda Prelude.
R.I.P. to the Honda.
It died a warrior's death.
It died.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to the best car, right?
You know what? Hondas get a lot of like smack, but they push quite a bit, man.
Man, they do.
They
do.
push a bit. When
Man.
that engine light comes on, man, you're like, oh. 6 months later, you're like, it's still there, but it's still rolling.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Warriors car, man.
That's it.
For a warrior spirit.
Straight up.
Respect.
Thanks,
Yeah.
boy. Thank you. I actually walked from my mum's house down to every single real estate office
Wow.
with a pair of jeans, a
Yeah.
jacket,
Yeah.
a shirt, and I said, listen, give me a job. Okay,
Yeah.
I got my my certificate of
Yeah.
registration coming for real estate.
Yeah.
Give me a job. I'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Whatever
Man,
it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Mates,
It's powerful.
I had 5 no's. 5 no's. All the officers said no. And this one office, I'll never forget it, said, you know what? I'm going to give you one chance. It's sink or swim.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sink or swim. He goes, he goes, and if I see you sinking, he goes, I'm going to jump off the boat. He goes, and I'm going to push you even under. That's what he said to me.
That's some tough love,
like,
man.
I'm like, man, this guy means
That's
business.
tough.
This guy,
Straight up. Wow.
Man, I took this job and I blew everyone's mind because I stayed working until 12 o'clock at night every single day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I had nothing to lose, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't beat someone who has nothing
They got nothing
to
to
lose. You know, you
Yeah.
couldn't scare me because what do I have to lose?
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And one day, I was still into cars back then. I still am into cars, but not as much. And I had an accident in my car, and I started fixing it outside the office.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And he said to me, Alex, said to me, mate, if you can put your passion into real estate and use that same passion that you have for cars,
Yeah.
he goes, you'll be able to become one of the best agents that I know.
Yeah.
That transmutation, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I
He's
did.
channeled it. He channeled that fire, man. That's what he did.
100%, Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it, guys. You know,
That's the story, huh?
That's the story, and that's here I am.
Man, $20.
Absolutely dominating.
Yeah, from $20 in quarter tank, road to $1 million.
Yeah.
Bruh.
That's crazy.
Man.
100%.
That's it.
Yeah. So, like, what would have been like some of the thoughts going through your mind as you were doing these like late hours, either at TAFE or the real estate office?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, that can be a very tricky spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever really been that way before? You don't know it's gonna work out.
Mhm.
Your boss just told you, "Hey, man, if you're sinking, I'm gonna make sure you really sink."
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, what was like some of the thoughts that you remember thinking, and some of the things like you kind of remember going through, and how did you then kind of push through that and keep on going?
Yeah. So I was very grateful, and I still am very grateful. And I know that for a fact, if you're grateful, you're truly grateful for what you have every day, truly grateful that you're here, the opportunities that come to you, no matter how small they are, you'll always look at them in a positive way.
That's right.
So my
That's
biggest thing was,
That's it.
hey, I used to be a panel beater. Hey, I had $20 in my account, and now I've got an opportunity to make whatever I want to make in real estate.
Yeah.
Right. My sacrifices, what my efforts are, I'll get paid for it. And that was a big hitter for me, right?
Yeah.
Massive hitter.
That's right.
So
Powerful.
If I could add on to that, I think you sort of remember where you came from, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes people, when they start to level up in life, they sort of forget where they come from, get a bit of big head. How did you stay grounded as you were going up and leveling up in your career?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. I was, you know what? I would actually go out and work sometimes as a laborer just to make
Humble
get the
yourself.
same feeling
Yeah.
that I used to have when I first started. So the next day when I go to work, I can remember how much, I've traveled
Yeah.
and be grateful for everything that happens, whether it's good or
Beautiful.
That's
bad.
powerful.
And I'm always a man of action.
Yeah.
I'm a man that, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
If you tell me no, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you why yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop
Yeah.
until I get my, yes. And I think it's very, very important. Self-belief.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, man.
And this man goes out and gets what he's worth. And that gets him out of bed in the morning, that fire. And you got to have that in whatever you do, man. I respect it.
Straight up, man.
Thanks,
Straight
brothers.
up.
Appreciate it.
Straight up. So, like, what are like some of like, because obviously, like, as you're on the come up, there are some key moments you remember, like, yo, these were the best times and these were the worst times.
Yeah.
Tell us about like some of like your favorite moments in real estate.
Yeah. So, you know what? I seem to have good moments every single week.
Yeah.
Every single week, I feel like
Every week.
something else comes up that ups it. The biggest moment that I can say that I've had is getting the opportunity to work where I'm working right now. The office that I work for is not only a great office, but it's run by a great leader. And this leader,
That's all you need.
man, this leader,
what you need.
he's one thing as a great agent that I've told him that many times that he is a great leader, 10 times more.
Yeah.
Because he's able to manage someone like me. Someone who's just out there, someone who just doesn't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
And I believe that's really important.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and you know, working with the number one agent of Australia, man, that's
The number one agent.
number one agent of Australia. So Josh Teslin, big shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out to Josh Teslin. Yeah.
Hey, my man.
Yeah. Hey, you might have to come back with him on that 1 million, man.
Man, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll bring him back.
Yeah.
100%.
We're gonna call this episode "Road to a Million."
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Yes,
Mate,
sir, man.
his episode will be road to 8 million. So
Road to 8 million. Let's go.
The
Hey,
man
you heard it here
behind the
first.
man, you know? That's it.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. And so you talk about him being a great leader. What are like some of those elements that you appreciate about
That's
that great
it.
leadership? And what has it done for your own way of, I guess, work ethic, mindset about work?
yeah. So culture is a massive thing. If you can build a good culture, you can run a great business. And I can see that with JT. Whether I use and implement this, you know, in my business as well, I can see there's nothing but success.
Yeah.
You know, same
Yeah.
culture, the same way that, you know, if you fuck up, you know, with something, you're not gonna, you know, be abused by it, but then you're gonna find a solution.
That's right.
That's
and
powerful.
Move forward from that.
Yeah.
So it's really important.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's taken me time to also use that with other people.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
a very, you know, straightforward man. I can be, you know, in business. I want to get my job done. I want to be the best. And
Yeah.
Man's on a mission, you know?
There's somewhere I want to go with that last statement, but finish this bit.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, like, you know, just this great culture, great energy, being able to teach me new things, every single time I hang out with him. Like, there's always something new to learn.
Yeah.
Being a sponge. Never say that you know everything, because, man, everything's changing. The world's changing every day.
That's right.
Oh, so
Agreed.
fast.
So
You blink and it's
dynamic.
moved by like
Yeah.
20,000 kilometers.
Correct.
Yeah, man.
Correct. And that can leave you behind if you don't do anything about it. You know, I've got
That's true.
a motto: dinosaurs are extinct for a reason, right? Because they're stayed in the past, right?
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah,
That's
so-
facts, man.
Yeah. So
That's beautiful.
yeah,
That's
thanks,
beautiful.
boys. Thank you, boys.
I'm going to backtrack a little bit because you said something that I'm very passionate about.
I knew
Please
this was
do.
coming.
Ah,
I can feel
bro,
it, bro.
come
I
on,
can see
man.
it in you, bro. I'm
Come
like,
on.
man's about to shoot.
Well, I mean, like, my man's in real estate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You talk about telling it straight.
Yeah.
Working with the culture. That
Yeah.
to me sings to a lot of like the things that I was coached on and mentored
Yeah.
in ages ago.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the disc profile. I freaking love the disc profile.
You love it, huh?
You're a direct.
Man.
You're a businessman,
Man.
so you must be a high D. If
Man,
you love like your,
mate, I'm definitely, you know, director
Yeah.
of this profile.
Yeah.
yeah. What about the
And,
eye? You got some eye in there as well.
Yeah,
I can feel it.
Definitely,
I can feel it. He's my man, right? He's my man, right?
Yeah,
You know
bro.
it.
You can see it,
Of
bro.
course, straight up.
Boys, you do-
Influential.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
You know what's funny as well?
What?
The first thing I learned in real estate was this profiling people and understanding them. You know, and I could, you know, obviously, you know, I go into appraisals and I'd ask people what they do for work,
Yeah.
and just by knowing what they do for work, I know
Beautiful.
what profile they sit in.
You can gauge how they think and how they.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah.
like for example, accountants, you know, people who are teachers, people who
Yeah.
are doctors. They're usually
Yeah.
either an influencer, a conscientious person, or you know, and they're very also, you know, all about numbers.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
they want
right.
things broken down. You know,
Like,
to
to
small
the
fractions.
granular,
detail.
very meticulous.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Very meticulous.
Yeah.
Correct.
This is my
Yeah.
man right here, man. We can talk about him on disc all day.
Man, absolutely.
But you know what it is? Don't diss people, disc them, right?
That's a good one.
That's a tall
That's a
striking
good
quote
one.
right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. The disc profile is beautiful. And like talk to us through about how it sort of applies to like the real estate. Because I think the disc profile is very easily misunderstood.
Yes.
There are some that get, oh, you're profiling people, you're being judgmental. And there are others that look at it from like a service-based approach, like your real estate professionals, sometimes your lawyers, your doctors.
Yep.
Like engineers are more so just kind of like whatever in terms of like they don't really use it in a helpful way because it doesn't really apply.
Hmm.
But what are some of like the sort of like wins that you've been able to sort of come away with and some of the challenges you've been able to navigate in real estate
Yeah.
utilizing this profile to understand people?
Absolutely. So rapport is a big thing.
Yeah.
And how do you be in rapport with someone if you don't understand the person?
Beautiful.
my man's
well
preaching.
How?
said.
My man's preaching.
Right? So you need to
Yeah.
understand the person, understand where they're from,
Yeah.
understand what they like,
Yeah.
understand what makes them say, you know what? I want to listen to you. Right? So part of, you know, obviously disc profiling people is to understand the person better.
100%.
So that's
Straight
how
up.
I use that to my advantage. And, you know, I like sitting in rapport with people. I like people engaging with me, and I can see what people aren't. So that's one of the big things that I like from disc profiling people.
That's powerful, man.
Remember, disc them, don't diss them.
I could go on forever, man. Mr. Producer, man, what say ye? What say ye, my man?
I think, Alex, you've shared a lot about, mindset and sort of where you came from. I guess I want to sort of look towards the future, right? Change it up a little bit.
Vision.
Yeah.
I guess
the vision.
where do you see yourself, I guess, in 5-10 years? Like, what's the vision for yourself?
The game plan.
Absolutely. The game plan,
Let's
man.
go.
Do you know what's crazy? When I first started working real estate, I thought if you rate $1 million, you can retire. That's the fun. That's a funny thing, right? And now I'm with, a guy who does $8 million GCI, shy of that. And I think to myself, that's where I have to be. That's where I need to be.
No limits.
So no limits. And I feel like that's my next ambition is to do something great, impact the people.
I hear you.
So that's my goal, man.
Beautiful.
And I just want to piggyback a bit. You said GCI. I think for the listeners, can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so GCI is gross earned commission. So gross commission brought in by the agent to the company. And it's obviously, every property you sell, you charge a commission, and that's kind of where it is. Yeah, gross earned commission.
That's not little money either. That's not little money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
$8 million ain't little.
Nah, man. Even $1 million ain't little. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So, like, what do you have to say for? Because obviously there are a lot of people out there. They want to do very different entrepreneurial things.
That's right.
What would you say to somebody who's looking at real estate? Like they're trying to figure out: is it for me? Is it not for me? How do I approach it? What do I do? Like, what would you say to them?
Yeah. So real estate, it's a fun business. It's a business that you can control. Most importantly, you want to write $1 million, you want to write $2 million, or the steps are very simple. You just got to repeat it over and over again.
And put in the work.
Put in the work.
Straight up.
Some people don't want to do that. A lot of sacrifice behind it. Like Josh always says, there's a lot of sacrifice behind success, and that's a sacrifice that that people don't see that makes it count.
That's right.
Makes it count,
Yeah.
So, I would, like I said, when I first started, and even till today, I still do 7 days a week. I finish work. Latest I finish work is like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I live an hour away from the office, and that never stops me. Nothing ever stops me.
Nothing.
Yeah. So
there's nothing, man. Yeah, man. And like, let's switch gears a little bit as well, right? Because real estate can be very rewarding.
Yeah.
Right.
it can.
If you have some stories you're allowed to share, what's like the most heartwarming, most rewarding story you ever came across that you were part of?
Yeah. So there's definitely some impactful stories in real estate.
Yeah.
But I feel like a good real estate will change people's lives on a weekly. A good real estate agent will change on a
changing
weekly.
life.
Man,
Forget lifetime. Weekly.
weekly.
Bro.
I've got people, money where they can retire. I've got people where they're going through, a medical condition where they need the money to fund
The treatment.
treatments.
Yeah.
And these things are going to change their life.
Yeah. Well,
These things. I've got people who have gone backwards in life and are hoping for the next step forwards.
Yep.
yeah.
And as a real estate agent, you can provide the key for that.
You're the vehicle.
You can provide the key for that, and you can give them what they need.
Yeah.
But it's all going to come down to how much you care.
That aspect, man, care.
Yeah,
How much you care. It's not just a key to opening doors of houses. It's a key to opening like change in people's lives, man.
Correct, man.
That
And
care
people
is
see you
beautiful.
care.
Yeah.
That's the difference, man. Like I've been around you, so I get that. You know what I mean? That's a difference factor. Your energy.
Thanks, man.
When someone looks into your eyes and they see what you do for them, they can see you genuinely care.
Yeah.
And that's something special. That's something unique to you that you bring. So how did you deal up that skill of building that sort of vibe and connection?
Yeah. So I've always had that. I've always felt like whatever you give in, you get back by 10.
Yeah.
Whatever
Nice.
you give in. So
Yeah.
I always had the mindset that what you do right now is going to affect you in 6 months.
Facts.
You
Straight
know?
up.
And I use the same concept for helping people. Example,
Beautiful.
the more I help you, the more in the future
That's right.
it's going to come back to me. So I'm
Yeah.
a big believer in that.
Yeah.
And that drives me a lot.
Yeah, you're like planting seeds for future, right?
That's right.
Kind of like investing in the right way.
Correct. Yeah.
Man's
yeah.
a farmer, bro. Man's a farmer, bro. He's growing them fields of green.
That's beautiful, guys. And you know what, man? That's nearly 30 minutes in, guys.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. How awesome is that?
How good is that?
That
And in
is magic.
closing, I think I just want to sort of piggyback what you said. Just to quote John Maxwell, you know, people don't really care how much you know until they realize how much you care.
Talk that talk. Say that again, man. Say that again one time.
Repeat.
People don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I can see that you care about your clients. I think that's
Exactly,
sort of
bro.
like the mindset that you carry, and we can see you have a good mentor as well in that light.
100%, man. Yeah, definitely. You know, anyone who's starting real estate, man, just care about the people more, and you know, you can't miss, man. You can't miss. Sacrifice, care about the people, work hard, and never give up. Believe in yourself, man, and you'll get there.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Any last words, Top D?
I just want to say, you know, I'm giving a shout out to Alex Salameh. You know, check him out on Insta. This man's an absolute beast. See his story, see his hustle. You know, the man walks the walk. All right. You know, just look at his Instagram. He ain't posting just for fun. He's posting to tell these people this is the accountability of what it takes to be at number one.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm excited for what the future holds from Alex and those who ride with him. So get on board. All right.
Straight up.
That's it.
Thanks, boys. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure. Thanks for having us, Alex. We really appreciate your time. And for the listeners out there, thank you so much for your support. To all the new audience, we appreciate your following and also
100%.
your subscription. So if you do enjoy content like this, don't forget to give us a follow. And we'll see you guys at the next one. Stay limitless.
All right. Yes, sir. Clap it up real quick. That was
Thanks, boys.
That was beautiful.